up, nation? Hope you're having an awesome Thursday. My name, of course, is Philip DeFranco, and this is where I talk about everything the internet cared about today. Also, a fun side note, based on popular demand, we reworked a bunch of the One-Up-Men design and made a One-Up-Men poster. A bunch of you guys said you wanted a poster version, so it is there. There is a limited number, and it will only be available for the next 48 hours. Also, big side note, you will not get it before Christmas. Throwing that out there. Santa slow ass sent us a memo this morning, so now you know, but let's jump into the first story of the day. And the first thing we're going to talk about today is Tom Anderson, otherwise known as MySpace Tom. Remember that guy with the stupid grin, the whiteboard that created MySpace? Anyways, he was on Twitter the other night, and he said, "Fear over Instagram's terms change is ridiculous. Get real, folks." And even though Instagram said, "Oh, well, you know, our language was stupid," yeah, they're really just caving into their fans, but people have been very heated, including a guy that responds to Tom who says the guy that was not able to keep a social network alive, to which MySpace Tom replies, says the guy that sold MySpace in 2005 for $580 million while you slave away hoping for a half day off. Boom! The hater got crushed like a watermelon in Gallagher's peripheral vision. That reference took too long to say. And so while some sites like Gizmodo called Tom a dirtbag for this response, I say no. Like a great poet once said, if haters gonna hate, ballers gonna ball. The people on the side of the fence calling Tom a dirtbag are saying, oh, he's making fun of poor or normal people who have to work for a living. But no, what Tom is doing is bashing one normal person who had the audacity to ridicule a guy that is successful. A little Philly D life fact is when you criticize someone, doesn't matter if they're rich, doesn't matter whatever, you are automatically opening yourself up to criticism and a response. And when said criticism is about skill level, intelligence, success, be sure to expect a comparison back to yourself. And I guess the main points here, one, boom! And two, never question the intelligence of a man that gets over $500 million for selling something that's on its way out the door. Remember Kevin Rose and Dig? Like, that company was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he sold it for like a bologna sandwich and pocket change. Then there was the fantastic news that I've been saving lives for over a decade because according to science, squeezing breastises can stop cancer. Scientists saying laboratory experiments showed that applying physical pressure to the cells guided them back to a normal growth pattern. The University of California in Berkeley adding, people have known for centuries that physical force can influence our bodies. When we lift weights, our muscles get bigger. The force of gravity is essential to keeping our bones strong. Here we show that physical force can play a role in growth and reversion of cancer cells. Now the study involved growing malignant breast cells in a very early stage. Those that were massaged were able to actually grow correctly, while those that were non-compressed had an uncontrolled growth rate. So the main point is squeeze the boobies! Asterisk, as long as they are of legal age and consenting. And I say consenting, woman, because apparently people don't know they're like rules. Like, you're not supposed to just squeeze on the lady. Like, you can't, I mean, you could, but it's illegal. Don't squeeze on ladies. I say that because there are people in the world like 34-year-old Damon Torres. Damon is a street performer, which essentially means he wears costumes, goes up to people, and he's like, let's take a picture, now give me money. And he does that in Times Square. And we're talking about Damon because he was arrested last night because police say he tried to touch a 58-year-old woman's Princess Peach. The AP reporting that he grabbed up on a woman's thigh without her permission, and a security guard saying he touched her private parts. Shortly after this was reported, Damon was arrested for assault and marijuana possession. So once again, to reiterate, when you squeeze a lady, you need to have their permission first. It's literally a law. Then we had history made last night because for the first time in 15 years, Miss USA was also crowned Miss Universe. And the woman that brought us this historic moment in US history was 20-year-old sophomore from Boston University, Olivia Culpo. But rather than just making fun of the competition, I actually kind of love Olivia because, one, her answer during the question round was great. She was asked if she would support the crowning of a transgender Miss Universe, and she said, quote, "Today, where there are so many surgeries and so many people out there who have a need to change for a happier life, I do accept that because I believe it's a free country." As well as the fact that she wasn't one of these pageant kids. Like, she showed up for her first pageant last year in a $25 rented dress. And the dress had a hole in it. Like, that's a Disney movie. It doesn't even sound real how charming that story is. So to bring it back down on the level of the Philip DeFranco show, one, I'm including a gallery of Olivia Culpo, linked to that down below, you are welcome. And two, we have to talk about Miss Venezuela's fantastic answer. The question is, if you could make a new law, what law would it be and why? To which Miss Venezuela responds,
I think that any laws that are in Constitution or in life are already made. I think that we should have a straight way to go in our similar or in our life as it is. For example, I am a surfer, and I think that the best way that I can take is the wave that I wait for it. So please do our only law that we can do. Thank you, Vegas.
My brain just exploded from happiness. Like, you know when you see someone trip, but they don't just fall on the ground, they like stumble and then crash into furniture on the way down? That was that, but with words. And some people are saying this is worse than Miss South Carolina, but no, I can't say that because Miss South Carolina, like, she spoke English. I feel like Miss Venezuela was a victim of her own confidence. She was like, English, I got this, 1 second. I'm a surfer, I ride waves, all laws are already made. Oh, thank you, Vegas. Then I hate you for this internet. We have Justin Bieber being accused of animal cruelty. If you have not heard, because I don't know, you were doing normal people things like not caring that Justin Bieber had a hamster at one time. Justin Bieber gave his hamster to a screaming fan through a fence as a present. The 18-year-old superfan that received the hamster says the hamster is, well, it's good, I'm taking care of it. But the CHA, which, oh my God, it's a real thing and it's so fantastic. The California Hamster Association said that by Justin Bieber doing this, he committed animal cruelty. Because, quote, hamsters are fragile creatures that often succumb quickly to illness and death, especially when faced with sudden environmental change. I then went to chahamsters.org to see if I can get an extra comment, but then I never did because I just started laughing that this is even a thing. Because it's stupid, like really, 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 really stupid. So I guess the main point of this story is everything is stupid. Congratulations, internet. And Nation, the last thing I want to talk about today is the end of the world. Will it happen tomorrow? No, it's not. It's not a thing that is going to happen. I hate to break it to you if that's like you were planning on it. But people have been predicting the end of days since, I don't know, people were like, oh, we die. Maybe other people will also die all at once. Turns out all of them have been wrong. But here are some of my favorite predictions. Some first century Christians believed that Jesus would come back within 1 generation of his life to end the world. But he didn't, or he was thwarted by time-traveling Jack Bauer. Paul the Apostle was one of the people that believed this. In the year 1000, it's the Christian millennium. Of course, nothing happened except riots. Then, because, you know, when you predict the world's gonna end in the year 1000, it doesn't mean January 1st. People thought it was gonna end on December 31st. Did not happen. But maybe we got the math wrong. Jesus was 33 when he was crucified. The year 1033. But he did not come back to bring the end of days, or he tried and was thwarted by Jean-Claude Van Damme from Time Cop. Wait, what about like non-Christian apocalypse? Like, why would other people think the world would end? Well, even Christopher Columbus, who I guess took a break from taking credit for things he didn't do and also killing the hell out of Indians, he claimed the world was created in 5343 BC and that it would only last for 7,000 years. So the end of the world was the year 1650. But no. Then Jehovah's Witnesses said it was going to be 1975 because human beings had a reign of 6,000 years. Then, of course, there was the Y2K, which was a really fun one. Then, of course, easily one of my favorites because I had an end of the world party. There was the Rapture. Remember good old Harold Camping saying, the Rapture was May 21st. And then he was like, oh wait, I got the math wrong. It's October 21st, 2011. That didn't happen. And now we have the so-called Mayan calendar, predicting the Earth to be destroyed by an asteroid or alien invasion or, I don't know, a planet smacks into us. Why not? But here's the deal. Tomorrow nothing will happen. Now granted, at some point in time, someone will have accidentally predicted the end of days, and hey, kudos to you. Some of the next predictions we have on the table are fantastic. F. Kenton Bashore has predicted the world will end sometime between the year 2018 and 2028. He's predicting the second coming of Jesus, and I guess he gave a 10-year window because you know how Jesus be late all the time, y'all. Then we have Gene Dixon predicting the world will end between 2020 and 2037. Now you guys are just giving up. You're just giving us time spans. But personally, the only ones I put stock in are the various scientists that are saying, you know, well, we're gonna die because the sun is going to expand, slowly heating us and killing us. There's also the big rip theory that in 22 billion years, everything will have expanded as far as it can, and it will tear and be destroyed. Or the final prediction that in 10 to the 100th power years, the universe will have diminished to a state of no thermodynamic energy, and there will be no motion and no anything, and no life shall be sustained. Or Jesus finally thwarts time-traveling Jack Bauer. Either way, really. But I guess the main point is you haven't died yet. Congratulations. Good job. Now, the question of the day, though, is how do you think the world will end? Let me know in the comments down below or a video response. And remember to possibly win a 1UPman poster as well as $50 worth of stuff from forhumanpeoples.com. Leave a comment down below, join the conversation, maybe hit the like button, favorite it. But of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces and I'll see you Monday.